Usagi, I am your mother.
Hi, and welcome back to another episode of the History of Fan Anime. I'm your host, William Chow, and today's episode, we're going to go and basically answer a question, some of the curiosity that's the Halloween cosplay that I made, and basically some of the things dealing with that particular thing and how to build it and what kind of stuff. So this is one of my sort of major cosplay ideas that I had, been working on, and finally got it all ready. Unfortunately, not in time for Anime Revel, but it ended up getting in time ready for Halloween, and basically put a skit together for that. And so now this is the sort of how-to video of actually the processes I've used to actually build something like this, and sort of the inspiration behind that. Okay, and so before we begin, I want to remind everyone to go down below, click like, and click subscribe. Definitely every single time you put a like. It helps the YouTube algorithm figure out and recommend my videos and that kind of stuff. So definitely anything that you do like that would definitely help. If you have a comment or a story that you'd like to tell and add, maybe some questions and that kind of stuff, because I'm also always constantly collecting up responses for the questions and answers and that kind of stuff. Feel free to go down below and make a comment and that kind of stuff. That always, again, really does help. For those people who would like to support me financially, I also have the Super Thanks button, as well as the links to PayPal and Patreon down below. I do have a variety of different episodes available to the subscribers, as well as content that's not allowed to be on YouTube here. Due to the terms of service, of course. So then I will make that available to all the various Patreon members. And again, there's a good list of the episodes down below of both everything that I have on the history of fan anime, because again, the database is probably way more specific and way more useful than trying to locate the episodes and that, because I'm using the YouTube search engine. I have compiled all the episodes of the history of fan anime, as well as the special subscriber episodes, all together into a big long spreadsheet, and it's basically sorted in a book style format, so that if you want to look at a particular topic specifically, all the episodes are grouped together with the links and everything. You'll find it much more useful to use that database resource, as opposed to trying to use a search engine on YouTube, because it's just, YouTube search engine is just not as effective as getting right to the information that you're looking for. Okay, so again, I invite you to do that. And again, I'd like to thank all the subscribers for your support. It really does help.
Usagi, I am your mother.
So the original idea I had was essentially started from Robin's bow staff, and I thought that was really kind of cool because it separates and it has I could do lighted ends, and I could snap it together and like do the twirling kind of thing. And I thought that would be really, really cool. After I experimented with the bow staff, then I thought, okay, well, why don't I do Aquaman's trident? I mean, that'd be pretty good. But unfortunately, I couldn't find anyone to actually make or print the actual trident and have it actually weighted properly so that it actually could spin. So that idea was neat, but then I had to go to something else a little different. So then came up the idea for Sailor Pluto's key staff, and I thought, okay, that might be possible. So then I started looking up on what could be done with that. So it didn't take long. There was definitely quite a few people on various different sites that offer the key staff already printed and ready to go. Now the only thing is that I can be like anyone, just have one of these things done and like print them, and that'd be it. But I had to make this thing special. I thought, okay, what if I could take like Batman's bow stick technology kind of idea and actually separate it in the middle, so it's actually two actual individual units that you can actually fight with. And I'm thinking, well, that'd be kind of cool. I mean, that would certainly make it a lot easier conventions, because then that way you could actually separate the two, and you're not actually carrying something that's that's taller than you are. You can actually separate into two smaller pieces and carry it as two smaller pieces. And then I was thinking, okay, well, how would you do the mechanism in the middle and that kind of stuff, and how could you make it interesting? And so the process, continued from there. And I thought, well, if you're going to do that, well, why not actually, instead of having the lighted tips on the end of the bow stick, why not light the entire thing? So then it'd be more like, Darth Maul and his lightsaber. And I thought, oh, that might be an interesting concept. So then I thought, okay, well, if I'm going to do something like that, then I'm going to have this key staff cored out, so that the electronics can be put inside the key staff. So then that it required some extra planning, and then some extra sort of CAD sort of work and calculations to basically take the electronics that would normally be in Darth Maul's lightsaber, and basically put it and measure it into this key staff. So for the first thing I'd have to do is basically take the guts of the lightsaber handle and basically modify the connector that's on the front of the thing, which basically holds the the lightsaber, because obviously in a lightsaber situation you can interchange the blades and interchange the length and whatnot for that, or the LED connection. But in this case, once this electronics is put into the staff, I can't interchange anything. So I'm going to first obviously take off the interchangeable connector and basically hardwire the LED straight to the chain, and then basically once that's done, ensure that the actual lightsaber actually powers up and runs with this connection done and soldered in place. So the next big step is now to make the measurements on the control board. So this is basically where you're going to turn the thing off and where to power the battery and that kind of stuff, for USB charging, and basically mark out where the hole, and you're going to need to drill the holes, what distance apart from each of the the knobs are going to be, and basically prepare the drill bit sizes to basically drill the holes into the handle to basically fit this thing so it actually fits back out. I have to do this for the controller, and the other thing I have to do is I'm going to have to figure out how to do this for the battery. Now the battery, I figured I might be able to, instead of fitting it into the handle of the unit, fit it into the key staff, like one of the key spikes. So that way it'll be easy to take the battery out, or in case I need to change it out, or hook the battery connections to it. That might be an easier way to do it. So I'll get the measurements for that. In addition to the control handle, I also have to make a hole for the speaker, but that's a little bit easier because obviously you can put that on the opposite facing of the switch, so that therefore the sound can come away from the staff. And then the last part you have to do is basically, once you get the points marked out for where the control panel is supposed to go, then you need to drill the holes for both the the main activation on button. You have to drill the hole for the USB charging system, and then of course 2 holes to basically use the screws to actually mount the thing to the actual unit. Okay, once you get it all wired in. So once you get those sort of measured out and find this for them, it's relatively easy. It goes through. In retrospect, if you were trying to build something like this, it'd be probably wiser to have the person who's going to 3D print it to actually put these holes in at the 3D printing process level, rather than trying to drill them out yourself, because it'll be easier to disconnect and reconnect the staff back together, since they're actually threaded, unless of course you put them together. But that's sort of one sort of change I probably would have done if I thought of this retroactively to do the next one. Definitely try to have these holes pre-planned out and pre-drilled in for you at the printing level. Okay, now a quick test to make sure that the electronics and that kind of stuff will go and fit through the tubing that we've made for the staff now. It's just a matter of finish mounting the electronics inside, and there you go. It works out really well during nighttime, and it lights up really well.
Okay, I hope you found that really interesting. It's just that some people were very curious and always ask me, like, how did you think of this idea? This is a great idea. What, how did you come up with it? Like, how did you do that? And so hopefully this video will help adjust some of that for you, and maybe inspire you to come up with some interesting ideas and that kind of stuff as well. And hopefully some of the information on here is useful for those people who are doing specific modifications and whatnot for things like lightsabers and that kind of stuff. This will give you some of the measurements and that kind of stuff that you will need for hopefully to implement your project as well. Okay, so I will get into more different things that you can do with anime in the next few episodes. All right, so until next time, I will see you again.